Attraction is a mysterious force, silent, invisible, and often unspoken. It rarely walks in loudly and declares itself. Instead, it tiptoes in with subtle glances, nervous laughs, lingering touches, and pauses that seem to stretch just a second longer than they should. When someone feels attracted to you, it doesn't always come out as a direct confession. More often, it shows up as quiet signals, delicate clues scattered in their behavior, words, and body language. And if you pay close attention, you can read these signs like a map, guiding you toward the truth that someone may be falling for you without even saying a word. The first subtle sign is prolonged eye contact accompanied by quick glances away when caught. The eyes speak volumes when the mouth remains silent. When someone is drawn to you, they can't help but look at you, often, and for longer than is typical in casual interactions. But the moment your eyes meet, they might quickly look away, embarrassed at being caught staring. It's a shy surrender. They try to drink in your presence without being obvious. You might catch them looking at you during a meeting, across a room, or even in the middle of a crowd, and that gaze holds curiosity, admiration, and sometimes even a hint of longing. It's the kind of look that says, "I'm interested," even if they never say a word. The intensity of their gaze can be soft and fleeting or deep and searching, but it's almost always filled with a silent question. Do you feel this too? The second sign lies in subconscious mirroring. This is one of the most overlooked signs of attraction, yet one of the most reliable. When someone feels drawn to you, they unconsciously begin to mirror your body language, tone, expressions, and gestures. You cross your legs, they do too. You lean forward, they follow suit. You scratch your head, they touch theirs. It's not mimicry. It's a nonverbal alignment, a subconscious effort to create harmony. Their body naturally syncs with yours because they want to feel connected. This mirroring happens without either of you realizing it, and it's often more telling than any romantic declaration. It reveals a desire to be in tune with you, to match your rhythm, to move as you move. A third indicator is nervous energy that turns into fidgeting or awkwardness. While some people become charming and charismatic around someone they're attracted to, others get anxious. They trip over their words, fiddle with their clothes, tap their fingers, or laugh too loudly at your jokes. They might blush when you speak or seem unusually self-aware. Their hands might not know where to rest, or they'll shift their weight from foot to foot. This kind of nervousness isn't a lack of confidence. It's a sign they're deeply affected by your presence. They care about how you perceive them, and that care turns into pressure. In their attempt to seem cool, they end up revealing how much they truly feel. Another subtle yet powerful sign is giving you undivided attention, even in group settings. When someone is attracted to you, you become the center of their focus, even when others are around. They'll track your reactions in conversations, laugh a little louder at your jokes, and respond to your comments before others. They'll lean slightly toward you, angle their body in your direction, and maintain their attention on you even when others are speaking. Their interest is exclusive and persistent. You'll notice that when you speak, they genuinely listen. Not just with their ears, but with their eyes, their posture, their whole energy. It's like the world fades into the background whenever you're in the room. The fifth sign can be found in subtle physical contact that lingers. Touch is a powerful communicator of emotion, and when someone is attracted to you, they often find reasons to initiate gentle, casual touches. A light brush on the arm, a pat on the back, a playful nudge, or even handing you something in a way that causes your fingers to meet. These brief moments of contact are their way of bridging the physical distance. These touches are never aggressive or inappropriate. They're soft, respectful, and often come with a nervous smile or a slight hesitation. They may pretend it was accidental, but there's often an intention behind these small gestures. It's their way of testing the waters, of saying, "I want to be close to you," without needing to say anything at all. The sixth sign is remembering the smallest details about you. When someone feels a deep attraction, they listen differently. They don't just hear your words, they absorb them. They remember your favorite coffee, the story you told weeks ago, the offhand remark you made about your childhood pet. They bring up things you forgot you shared. Their interest sharpens their memory. You might mention a song in passing, and they'll play it the next time you're together. You might talk about a stressful day, and they'll check in later to see how you're doing. This level of attentiveness shows emotional investment. They're not just talking to pass time, they're connecting, cataloging pieces of your life because you matter more than just casual conversation. Seventh on the list is frequent and genuine compliments, especially about things others don't usually notice. It's easy to compliment someone on their looks, but when someone is truly attracted to you, they often compliment your energy, your laugh, your insights, your quirks. They notice the way your eyes light up when you talk about something you love, or how you treat people with kindness even when no one is watching. Their compliments feel personal, thoughtful, and specific. They're not trying to flatter you. They're expressing admiration. These compliments come in the form of spontaneous praise or quiet appreciation. Either way, it's clear they see you in a way others don't. And that deeper noticing is often a window into how much you truly mean to them. An eighth sign is increased communication, especially when there's no real need to talk. When someone is drawn to you, they'll often create reasons to connect. They might send you a meme that reminded them of you, start a random conversation just to say hi, or ask a question they probably already know the answer to, just so they can keep the exchange going. Their messages might be thoughtful, playful, or filled with emojis that carry subtle hints of affection. Even if they're shy in person, their comfort in digital spaces might increase, and they'll start engaging with your content more frequently. It's not about the medium, it's about the motive. They simply want to be a part of your day, even in small, indirect ways. Their presence becomes more consistent and they show up, not because they have to, but because they genuinely want to. The final sign is jealousy masked as curiosity or concern. When someone is attracted to you, they may struggle to hide their discomfort when you mention others who might be romantically involved in your life. They might ask follow-up questions, tease you, or suddenly seem quieter after such topics come up. Their facial expression might tighten just slightly, or they may change the subject abruptly. It's not possessiveness, it's vulnerability. They want to know where they stand, even if they're not ready to admit their feelings. Sometimes they disguise their interest under casual questions. So, are you seeing anyone? Or who's that person in your story? What makes these signs so fascinating is how they often go unnoticed unless you're truly looking. Attraction is rarely loud or boastful. It hides behind shy glances, hesitant words, small acts of kindness, and the constant, unspoken hope that you might feel the same. People who feel attracted to you often walk a delicate line between expressing interest and protecting themselves from rejection. So they drop hints, they send signals. They hope you'll catch them, interpret them, and maybe respond with a signal of your own. In our fast-paced, distraction-heavy world, it's easy to overlook these cues. We focus on direct messages, bold moves, and obvious declarations. But real human connection often begins with subtleties, with that one look across the room, that unexpected text late at night, that thoughtful gesture that seems out of place but comes straight from the heart. These moments speak louder than words ever could because they carry the weight of what hasn't yet been said. Understanding these signs isn't just about satisfying curiosity, it's about deepening awareness. Sometimes we miss out on meaningful relationships because we're waiting for fireworks when the real magic is in the slow burn. We ignore what's blooming right in front of us because it's wrapped in soft gestures instead of grand ones. But once you begin to notice the quiet ways people show they care, your world changes. You realize love doesn't always arrive with a bang. Sometimes it arrives in the silence between conversations, in the warmth of a shared glance, or the accidental brushing of fingers. If you've been wondering whether someone feels something for you but hasn't said it out loud, take a closer look. Think about how they show up around you. Notice the way they behave, the effort they make, the small things they do that no one else seems to. Feel the energy between you, the unspoken chemistry, the ease or electricity that sparks in every exchange. Trust your instincts. Often, your body senses the truth long before your mind catches up. Attraction is an emotion that tries its best to stay hidden, but it leaves traces. It's written in nervous laughter, thoughtful messages, spontaneous smiles, and lingering eye contact. It's carved into the spaces between words and the pauses that mean more than they should. Once you learn to read the signs, you'll begin to see that human connection is always speaking. It's just not always using words. And in those moments of recognition, when you see the signs and feel them mirrored back at you, that's when the real magic begins. Because mutual attraction, especially when it's built slowly, softly, and sincerely, is one of the most beautiful foundations for love. And it all starts with those subtle signs, those quiet invitations to something more. So the next time you wonder if someone feels drawn to you, don't just listen to their words. Watch their eyes, their hands, their patterns. Look for the signs not in what they say, but in how they stay. Because often, the loudest feelings are the ones spoken in silence.